Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. So, I got through watching Blue Bud's video, and I went and found the audio myself. Shout out to Blue Blood. You know, Blue Blood is a cool dude, man. I ain't got no issues with Blue Blood. That's the homie. You know, I want y'all to understand something, man. Just because people don't see eye to eye on certain shit, don't mean that they dislike the person and they're at odds with each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody critique each other, man. Now, there is some niggas on here that I don't like. That's factual. You know? But, nah. Blue is cool. You know what I'm saying? Me and Blue text each other at least once a week. So, you know what I'm saying? But let me talk about a video he did featuring Roy Jones Jr., and then I'm going to give my take on what Roy Jones Jr. said, and then I'm going to break this down, dissect it, cut it up. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Roy Jones Jr. was asked about the whole Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence dynamic. Basically a fight that we've been clamoring for the last 2 years, but because of politics and BS, we can't get that fight. And we don't know when or if we ever gonna get the fight, because at the end of the day, if this fight happens in 2024 or something like that, when Terrence Crawford is 36, it's not gonna mean anything, because at the end of the day, it's gonna look like Bud got aged out. Okay, it's gonna look weak. That's what I believe Canelo's camp may be trying to do with Arthur Beterbiev. They're going to wait till he ages out, or if he has another bad outing, then they're going to go up there and say, okay, but we'll fight him. Let's not make it look like Canelo is fighting everybody that's, you know, in his path. You know? Because at the end of the day, Canelo's next fight may be against Caleb Plant. And to be honest with you, Canelo is starting to develop a nickname as the white boy killer. But, you know, it is what it is. And I like Caleb Plant, man. But I'm going to talk about Canelo versus Caleb Plant. I'm just going to be completely honest about that fight. I talked about it on the live stream. But, you know, let's get back to business. Now, Roy Jones Jr. said he couldn't consider Errol Spence a pound-for-pound fighter based off the fact he feels like Errol Spence hasn't fought the best competition, and he feels that Terrence Crawford has fought better competition. You know. So he feels like Errol Spence isn't in that conversation. I guess due to the fact that somebody criticized Errol Spence, I guess Roy Jones Jr. is a coon, huh? Because, you know, that's what a lot of Errol Spence fans try to, you know, they try to do. They try to play that super black card when it comes to Errol Spence. You know, if you criticize Al Heyman or Errol Spence, you some kind of coon. Okay, well, I'm about to counter that. Wait till you see the video I'm about to come with. And once again, I told you, Town Biz ain't afraid to go directions that other people shy away from. But that video will be out in a couple hours. I'm finna, you know, I got the grill cooking, you know what I'm saying? Got the meat seasoned, you know what I'm saying? Finna put it on the grill because I'm finna cook. But I disagree with Roy on the part that Errol Spence isn't a pound-for-pound. I think Errol Spence is a pound-for-pound fighter. I have Errol Spence in my top 5. But the thing is, I think his fan base loves to elevate whoever he fights higher than what they should be ranked. Like some cornball nigga came on my channel trying to disrespect me with his pussy ass, trying to say Errol Spence has fought nothing but Hall of Famers. Who? Lamont Peterson is a Hall of Famer? A first ballot Danny Garcia? I think Sean is a Hall of Famer. You know? I don't think Danny Garcia is the first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't think Lamont Peterson. I don't think, for real. I think Mikey Garcia may be one. But they love to elevate that whoever Errol Spence fights is always elevated higher than what they should be. But then when Bud fights him, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think Kell Brook is a Hall of Famer. Not first ballot. He may get in eventually. But I'm just saying. But, you know, I just know when people heard that video by Blue Blood, I know people, oh, Roy Jones Jr. is a coon. You know, you're not a coon if you criticize, you know, anybody that's not part of the PBC. But if you criticize anybody with the PBC, you a coon. Well, whatever. But at the end of the day, Errol Spence is a phenomenal fighter, and so is Terrence Crawford. All I want is this damn fight to happen. So I disagree with Roy on that part about Errol Spence not being a pound-for-pound fighter, because he is. Because if that's the case, if he not a pound-for-pound fighter as of right now, then Lomachenko definitely ain't a pound-for-pound fighter. He was never the number one pound-for-pound fighter, and neither was Chocolatito. Those were two of the most fraudulent pound-for-pound fighters that people tried to throw in our face. I mean, I thought Lomachenko was a good fighter, but I didn't think what was making him out to be when they was trying to put him in the same category with the likes of, you know, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, and those type of dudes. I mean, let's not do that. But yeah. I respect Errol Spence a lot. I know people think I don't, but I like Errol Spence. I just don't like the way he's moved and his team and the PBC when it came to making this Terrence Bud Crawford fight, and him talking like he doing, you know, talking like he a superstar and talking like he doing 1 million pay-per-views when he isn't, and like you know, he hasn't even went gold. You know, Errol Spence has went double wood as far as pay-per-view goes. And then I know some pussy gonna come on here, but what about Bud? I never said Bud was a pay-per-view star. But neither is Errol Spence. And this is what I mean. They try to enhance the numbers for him. So, you know, at the end of the day, Roy is entitled to his opinion, and I disagree with it. So, as far as competition go, the thing is, people try to diminish what Bud did compared to Errol Spence. Bud was a undisputed at a lower weight class, something Errol Spence has yet to do, whether you like it or not. Then, not to mention, Bud in his first fight, moving up to a higher weight class, dominated, beat the hell out of Jeff Horn, dominated him, beat the brakes off of him. Then people try to diminish, oh, we thought he lost to Pacquiao. No, you didn't, because you was the same niggas that was saying that you thought he beat Pacquiao. But you was, you know, but at the end of the day, we all know what happened. You had certain media people that had this vendetta against Terrence Crawford. You know, a few people crying about not getting interviews and, you know, not getting press credentials and all that type of shit, you know, to Top Rank events. Hey, Top Rank didn't turn me down a few times saying, hey, they didn't have enough room and all that. I didn't care. I mean, it is what it is. You know, PBC turned me down. There was some fights I got approved, some I didn't. I wasn't like, hey, man, fuck PBC, man. They denied me. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you in, sometimes you out. You know, it's not a big deal, but at the end of the day, it was all fake. But I disagree with Roy. Errol Spence is a pound-for-pound fighter. And so is Terrence Crawford. And so is Canelo Alvarez. Despite all his you know, as E40 would say, techniques is tactics. You know, it is what it is. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.